Hello and welcome to a quick and dirty plumbing tutorial for Project Zomboid. You're gonna need three things if you want to plumb a sink to some rain collector barrels to secure your water supply. First of all, well, obviously a sink. That sink needs to be in a room that is considered indoors. You can tell if a room is indoors by looking at the temperature as you walk outside. You will notice a sudden change in temperature as you cross the barrier. Generally, as a rule of thumb, any pre-built structure will always still be considered indoors, even if you sledgehammer out all the walls and the roof. Doesn't change, the game does not update that. So any pre-built structure will always be considered inside, but keep that little trick in mind when you want to confirm this. The second thing you need is rain collector barrels, obviously. The rain collector barrels need to be placed directly above the sink or in any of the 8 adjacent tiles. So you have in total a 3x4 area where you can place your rain collector barrels. Third thing you need, a pipe wrench. Dig on the sink, plumb it. Now, if you now go to drink here, you will, well, if the tooltip would show it correctly, you will see the stats for one of the rain collector barrels. The game will automatically switch to another barrel if the current one is empty. So all 9 barrels are connected, just one after another. This can sometimes cause confusion if you try to do like a big washing job where you want to clean 250 racks and it says, oh, not enough water to do that. So keep in mind that you need to empty one barrel at a time. Actually, any bigger washing jobs, you probably should be doing at a lake or some other permanent water source. Anyway, done. That's all you really need to know to plumb sinks. Well, we can do 2 more things. First of all, sinks is not the only thing you can plumb. You can plumb washing machines and use them later on in your base. You can plumb, obviously, toilets and use them. Now, let's say you're not using a pre-built base, but rather you build your own little cozy base. You got your rain collector barrels, you get your sink centered, and, well, you don't get the plumbing option. So you remember point 1 about the room having to be inside, and you realize, nope, there's no temperature change as we go inside and outside. So sometimes player-constructed buildings, especially if you attach them to existing buildings, will not be properly recognized as inside. The most reliable way to fix that is to go into debug mode. Go into the dev debug menu and then open ISO regions. This will give you basically a top-down view of the current building here. And as you can see, our little room apparently has a little gap on that side. What you can then do, go into destroy mode. You either need a sledgehammer or if you're in debug, enable the building cheat mode. And then look around, not for walls, right? This would be the full wall, but for pillars. Sometimes the game creates pillars in little corners or gaps between the walls, and they can cause some issues. So if I destroy this pillar here, bam! In the ISO regions, this now turned green, so it's registered as a room, and ta-da! I can plumb the sink. Finally, let's say you have your fancy little kitchen and a sink here, but you realize, well, this is a 2-story building, you know? The nice guy in the guide told me the rain collector barrels need to be 1 level above the sink. Is there anything I can do? Well, there's actually the magical bathtub. We have some rain collector barrels on the rooftop above here, so we can go here, plumb the white bath to the rain collector barrels, come down here, plumb the sink to the bathtub. So you can kind of daisy chain this way. Now this is not 100% reliable. Sometimes after relogging or after reloading the game, this plumbing connection might be broken. Also, especially on multiplayer servers, I wouldn't really put my life on this. But in general, you can do that, and you can daisy chain that. You can even have a 12-story apartment building and just have bathtubs on top of each other and daisy chain them, plumb them to each other. And that should work, and that should give you ground fresh water based on these barrels down below. Alternatively, you can also just, add a floor back here and put rain collectors at one level above. But, where's the challenge in that? And that is pretty much all you need to know about plumbing and Project Zomboid. So I'm out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.